Hello, I'm Mrs. Knutti, the middle school math teacher for grades 6, 7, and 8. First, I would like to thank you for having your child attend NDBG, whether virtual or in person. I'm sure it was not an easy decision to make, especially this year, but I'm glad you did. The middle school math program is designed in keeping with the New York State Next Generation standards, which are not much different from the Common Core standards. Therefore, it's an easy transition to make. When COVID restrictions closed school at the end of last year, some material might not have been covered. But that hasn't posed a problem, since much of the math builds from year to year. So I just begin a topic with what background information they need in order to do the current year's work. All of my work appears on Teams under the assignments heading, labeled as notes, quiz, test, etc. That way, if a student is absent, forgets the assignment, or is completely virtual, they can follow along with what we are doing in class. At times, it may appear your child's work was not handed in or it was handed in late. Unfortunately, that's the way Teams is set up. I have to give a due date and time for any assignment to be posted. But if that assignment was just notes, it will appear as if it was not handed in. Your best bet is to keep track of your child's grades in PowerSchool for the latest updates. I'm fortunate that I have all the students for a study hall at least once every 3 days. This gives me the opportunity to work with them during the school day without having to worry about a late bus or ride home after school. If they would like to stay after, I'm also available Tuesday through Thursday from 2:45 to 3:30. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at knuttic@nd-bg.org. That's KNUTTIC@nd-bg.org. Thank you for your time.
Hi, I'm Lisa Dobkowski, and I'm a math teacher here at Notre Dame Bishop Gibbons. I teach Algebra 2, Geometry, Statistics, and Financial Algebra. I started my teaching career several years back at Scotia Glenville High School, and then I took a break while I raised our 6 children, who range in age from 24 all the way down to 8. My oldest 3 children already graduated from Notre Dame Bishop Gibbons. I have 2 currently here in grades 6 and 8, and I have a little 4th grader at St. Madeline Sophie School. So we really do love this school. We're very passionate about Catholic education in general, but we love Notre Dame Bishop Gibbons. The excellence in their academics is just outstanding, and we love their athletic program. Our children have thrived in the athletics, in the drama club, and of course we love the faith component of this school. So anyway, I'm so happy to be teaching here. This is my 3rd year teaching here at Notre Dame Bishop Gibbons, and I can show you a little bit about what I do on a daily basis. So if you are a virtual learner, this is exactly what you would see each day. I also have a dock cam, so the camera that is recording my face is right on my laptop, but I also have a dock cam that's hooked right into my laptop as well. And so at the push of a button, we can go from me to an assignment. Okay, so you can see now this is an assignment that I will be working on with my Algebra 2 class tomorrow. So you can see that what the students see virtually is exactly what is also at the same time being projected through my overhead onto my whiteboard. So the students both in class and at home are all going to see the same thing. And that's great. We use it for homework. We use it to learn new lessons with notes and everything else. The way I collect homework is also through Teams. I assign the homework right out of their book, and everyone has a book. They then take pictures of the completed assignments. They send them to me through Teams, and then I look them over. I give them a grade. If there's any feedback, I put it in the comments section and I send it back to them. I do the same thing with tests and quizzes so that there's a record of everything they've done, so that in case there's any confusion, we can go back and check. If there's anything that seems to be missing, they have another opportunity to get it to me. We're still working out a few glitches. I think we've worked out most of the bugs. I am going to work with them on timeliness of turning in assignments, because I know some of them wait till right before class, which is fine. It's due right before class. But the problem is if the Wi-Fi is a little slow that day, it means their homework comes in a few minutes late. So we're working on trying to get all of our homework in a timely fashion. And most of the students have now really warmed up to Teams and how it works. I think we're all doing so much better than we were back in early September. Anyway, I am also available after school if students are struggling. I'm in the classroom usually till at least 3:30, and then I work with students in person. But if a student is virtual and can't get in to work with me during my after school office hours, I will bring my DocCam home and set up either a Microsoft Teams meeting or a Zoom meeting with any virtual students who want to get some extra help. They just need to let me know in advance so I remember to bring the DocCam home so that we can all see what I'm writing. So if you do have any questions, if you have any concerns, you can email me at lisa_Dobkowski@nd-bg.org. I can usually get back to parents within a few hours, but usually by 24 hours at the latest. I welcome your comments, your questions, your concerns, any thoughts you have. I'm here really for your kids, whatever they need. I want them to feel safe. I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to try to enjoy the math. I know it can be challenging at times, but my goal is that they gain some confidence this year. Regardless of where they started, I hope their confidence level grows by the end of the year, and that they say that they did enjoy their class, that they did enjoy their math, they enjoyed their math teacher, and that we end this year on a positive note. So please, again, contact me with any questions or thoughts, and thank you so much for listening to this presentation. God bless.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Thibault. Thanks so much for sending your son or daughter to Notre Dame Bishop Gibbons. I feel so blessed to have your child in my class. I teach UHS Calculus, University in the High School Pre-Calculus, Algebra 1, and an elective called Intro to Engineering. I get to teach that class because I went to college to become a mechanical engineer, and I worked for several years in that profession. When I got the opportunity to stay at home and raise my own children, that was wonderful. But after they were self-sufficient, I went back to teach math because I know the importance of math in everyday world problems. So I understand that I might love math, but your child doesn't. So if they need extra help on Mondays and Wednesdays from 2:45 to 3:30, calculus and pre-calc students can come to see me. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2:45 to 3:30, Algebra 1 students can come see me. And any student can see me any day of the week from 3:30 on, as long as they let me know that. In all my math classes, we'll be spending a lot of time talking about functions. Y equals x, y equals x squared, and y equals x cubed, and how these functions move left and right and up and down. I'm going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to keep your child on his or her toes, but that's okay. We'll be learning a lot of stuff while we're there. I prepare guided notes for the students in my class and distribute them if they're in school. If your student is virtual, then they can just get those guided notes by going to Teams, the class that we're in, files, and guided notes for the current unit that we're on. Most of my students have already received information on how I grade, but in math class that means doing daily homework, sometimes weekly assignments which are a little bit more points, and then tests. But tests and quizzes, you definitely need to show all your work. I give a lot of partial credit that you tried. If you didn't get the right answer, that's all right. Show me what you're thinking. Show me everything that you know, and you'll get partial credit, so this is good. Again, I thank you so much for sending your son or daughter to Notre Dame Bishop Gibbons.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jay Mahoney. I'm the physical education teacher here at Notre Dame Bishop Gibbons for 06 through 12. I just want to take a second to give you an overview of what PE will look like this year. Obviously, with everything going on in the world, it's going to be a lot different than it has in previous years. The biggest difference will be that students are no longer required to change for class. They'll have to keep their school uniform on. I've asked that they do bring a change of sneakers in, especially if we're inside the gym, because the school shoes, they can scuff up the gym floor. I've also asked them to purchase a yoga mat, so that way we can socially distance inside the gym when we are here in the winter months, so that they kind of have their own workspace, because obviously their safety and health is our number one concern. As far as grading goes, every class that we have in-person attendance, you'll see in Power School, there's it'll be a classwork assignment and it's worth 10 points. If you are online or virtual, I'm updating stuff in Teams. I'm putting assignments in every few weeks. The first assignment was a 3-week activity journal. The big thing with the online students is because they're staring at a screen most of the day. The administration, myself, think the biggest thing for them to do is get out and be active. So with these journals, it's about staying active to 30 to 60 minutes a day, and then just keeping in touch with me, saying what they're doing, whether it be raking leaves or going for a bike ride, or just going out for a walk with the family. That's the big thing with the virtual students. And I've updated I'll update the grades in Power School every 2 to 3 weeks. I've already updated the first 5 weeks of the semester, so you can go in there and check it out. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, you can reach out to me by email. It's mahoneyj@ndbg.org. That's the best way to get a reach with me or get in touch with me. And hopefully enjoy the rest of your evening. All right, thanks. Bye.
Hi, my name is Krista Kubacka, and this is my second year teaching art at Notre Dame Bishop Gibbons School. I teach 7th, 8th, and 10th grade art, as well as 11th and 12th grade art electives, including ceramics, mixed media, 3D design, and drawing and painting. It's my goal in all my art classes to teach students about a wide variety of artists, both art historical and contemporary, as well as art movements. And I also strive to give students the widest variety possible of different materials to experiment with and different art making methods to experiment with as well. It's kind of my goal to also kind of allow every student to connect to art, even if they don't consider themselves to be the most talented artist out there, or if they've had a bad experience in an art class in the past. I still want them to be able to have kind of an appreciation for art as a subject. So my grading is made up of 2 different kind of areas. So we have our 100-point in-class projects, which could last a week to several weeks. And those grades are made up of participation. So are we working in class? Are we not being on our phone, distracting others? All of that. Project criteria, which is just, did you follow all of the steps given for the project? And craftsmanship. So is your project as neat as possible? Can I tell you took your time on it? All of that. And then we also have our 20-point sketchbook assignments every week. So for homework, students have a sketchbook assignment, which should not take them no longer than 20 to 30 minutes every week. They have a list. It's on every Teams. It has a list uploaded of sketchbook prompts. They're different for middle school and high school. Students should select a prompt, do a drawing based on that prompt in their sketchbook, and then just submit it through Teams every week. And those are worth 20 points. And those are basically how I do my grades here. That's all I have to say for you guys. I'm really looking forward to having art class with your students this year.